Still in the U.S., President-elect Donald Trump has promised to end automatic citizenship for anyone born in the U.S., starting on his first day back in office next month. Mr. Trump, during an interview, also said he would pardon those involved in the 2021 Capitol riot and promised to issue a lot of executive orders on day one, including on the economy, energy, and immigration. The Republican also reiterated his mass deportation plans for undocumented immigrants living in the U.S., but offered to work with Democrats to help those who arrived as children. While he suggested he would not seek a Justice Department investigation into Joe Biden after he's inaugurated on the 20th of January, Mr. Trump said some of his political adversaries, including lawmakers who investigated the Capitol riot, should be jailed. Ejike Okpa is a global affairs analyst. He joins me now from Dallas in Texas in the U.S. to discuss this latest development. Good to have you join us on World Now. Well, Donald Trump has promised some drastic moves from his very first day back in the White House. And this includes ending automatic citizenship for anyone born in the U.S. How feasible really is this, considering this is enshrined in the U.S. Constitution?
Thank you for having me. It's not automatically for anyone born in the U.S. It's about the people who come to the U.S. to have their baby, turn around, leave the country with their baby, for the baby to come back, some years down the road and, haven't gained that citizenship. We don't know what we are getting. If you remember, UK or Britain stopped that in 1981. And America has been trying to do it. There have been discussions to get that stuff stopped. And now Trump is, elevating that conversation to the fore. So, I don't know. Yes, it's in the Constitution, but, an executive order can at least put a pause on it. And then, depending on what the Congress does or some other people, they may file a lawsuit. And then we go from there. But I think it's time such a thing stopped because, it's taking advantage of American taxpayers, whereby, people just sneak into the country, have a baby, turn around and leave. Sometimes they don't even pay their medical bills, and that thing is taken over by American taxpayers. So, yes, we should stop it, and I support him to take that position.
And another critical matter he's spoken about is the 2021 Capitol riot, and he says that he would pardon those involved in that. Would that be on the basis of merit, on the basis of innocence, in the case, or how exactly?
Well, the January 6th committee, they shredded the documents or they've thrown it away. Such a thing is supposed to have been kept and then become part of a permanent record that will be reviewed. So it calls to question why was it shredded? And then there's been so many Supreme Court rulings and judgments that those people, some of them shouldn't have been found guilty. And so again, even if they have been found guilty, a president has the right to pardon and forgive certain people for certain crime. And if he wants to do that, it's within his presidential authority to do it. And then of course there's got to be a reaction, from both sides and whether he should or shouldn't.
All right. And of course, there have been concerns as to what will be the fate of Ukraine when Donald Trump comes into office. And, he does appear to be telling them to probably expect less aid when he returns to the White House. But then what happens to the millions of Ukrainians who are at the moment suffering the brunt of the conflict between Russia and Ukraine?
Again, the expectation, and he said it during the time he was campaigning, that, once he gets into office, that war will end in a matter of days. That is yet to be seen. Ukrainians, there have been a survey done recently, and 55% or so of Ukrainians say they want this war to end. Whatever it is that will give them peace so that they can go about their business, they want to see what that is. Is there some concessions? Again, remember, anytime there's a conflict, even within families, somebody has to give up something in order for them to have the sort of concession or peaceful existence they want. So we don't know what that is. And, Russia themselves are interested in ending this war because, as you can see, they've run out of arms. They go into countries like North Korea to seek support. So they're tired too, So if we can get an end to it, let's do it. And American taxpayers are tired of supporting other countries. You saw we give billions of dollars to what is their name, Canada, and then billions to Mexico. We don't want to, subsidize other countries anymore. And then countries that turn around and back America. So whatever Trump needs to do to stabilize his presidency and bring a new way of dealing with these other countries, we welcome it.
All right, then. Global Affairs Analyst Ejike Okpa, thank you for your time on Well Now.
Thank you for having me.